Hello, everyone, and welcome today to this Real Purpose talk show, live in the On Purpose Woman Global Community Facebook group. I'm Catherine Yarbrough. I'm one of the two hosts of the Real Women.
You're breaking up, Catherine.
And I'm breaking up today.
You just
Well,
did a second ago, but now you're not.
we're gonna flow with that. All right. I'm a co-leader in the On Purpose Women Global Community and the creator of the Manifesting Clients Academy. And I'm here today with Sharona Futerman. Am I saying your name correctly, Sharona?
Yes, you are. You are. Yes, it's perfect.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
fantastic. Today we're going to be talking about still learning to enjoy the small stuff. Well, and I think that's a great topic because who can't benefit from learning to enjoy the small stuff? Sharona is a new friend of mine. She's a new person in my life, and it seems like we've gotten connected in the last couple of months in a big way. I love it. I met her through the On Purpose Woman Global Community in our online gatherings. Sharona is a mom, a grandmother, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, and a friend. Lots of roles there. She loves life and sees it as a gift. She also enjoys meditating, yoga, long walks. I think this is like a dating profile, dancing, talking to strangers, and hearing their stories. So that's a really cool thing to have. I had a friend who used to like to hear people's stories. And her purpose in life is to help others with their dreams, their health, and their finance. So, welcome, Sharona, to this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show.
Thank you. I'm excited. It's my first time being alive, being interviewed. So this is exciting.
I love it. That's so cool. Well, let's jump in with this whole idea of enjoying the small stuff. What got you to a place in life where that actually matters to you, to enjoy the small stuff?
Way back when I was 15, we found out I had what's called an AVM, arterial vascular malformation in the brain.
That's a long word.
I know it is. It is.
What,
but
AVM?
AVM.
Okay. All right.
And that was at age 15. And I was very active in school. I loved sports. And actually, the day we found out, I was learning how to jump into the pool and head first. And I think that brought out grand mal seizure. And that just took a whole new path for my life. But my mom, who always said, no matter what is going on in your life, you never have to act sick or to look sick. And I wasn't. I was feeling great all the time, except when I had the seizures, which was once a year, twice a year, something like, it wasn't a lot. But I would get these weird feelings, but because they put me on medication, which made me very sleepy, my brother used to say to me when I got home, what planet are you visiting today? And then it became normal. It just becomes normal. It wasn't a big deal anymore to me because I still did everything. I went on trips to Israel from here. And I just knew to take my meds and to rest. But throughout life, I've gone through 2 divorces. You just live life. And I've learned no matter what, every moment is precious because you don't know what's going to happen the next moment. And that really what carried me throughout my whole life.
So, what an interesting experience at such a young age, at 15, to have everything kind of get thrown wacky and being given this diagnosis. Is it a condition that continues to be part of your life?
Not anymore. It actually, from 15 to my late 40s, I had it. But then, thank God, they had this new procedure called Gamma Knife. Now everyone knows about what it is. It's actually radiation through a computer, which was very precise. I had it done in Chicago. And I was living in Rochester, New York at the time. And I remember my mom did not want me to have the procedure because you never know. But yeah. I was so adamant about it. I said, you know what? I was having a lot of headache migraines. It's funny, today someone told me they were having migraines. I go, oh my God, I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. But when you're living with migraines every day and you don't know what's going to happen, because the doctors told me years ago that someday it's either going to bleed, when it bleeds, it's going to bleed, and either you're paralyzed or that's it, life is gone. So I decided to take, so I decided, you know what? Because let me try the Gamma Knife. The side effects were minor, which I ended up getting. And that took me on a whole other path. So it resolved the issue, but then new issues come. But you know what? It's like I always say, it's part of the journey. Right? I'm free of it completely. It's gone. You know, it worked that time. And the other issues I learned to live with, I had to retrain my brain because I had a psychotic withdrawal from medication, steroids they gave me. So, but you know what? When you really understand what life is about, and that's one thing my mom always said, you have to laugh. My family really laughs when things are really bad. We tell jokes. It helps the process of healing. And
Well,
that's what I've done.
it sounds like your mom has been really important to you.
She is, yeah.
That's nice that you have a nice relationship with her.
We do. Sometimes it's up and down, but most of the time it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you've shared wisdom from her twice. That's a lot.
Oh, yes, those are major.
Wow, interesting. So, my goodness, Sharona, what a life you have experienced. A threat of death, basically, with this thing from the age of 15 to your 40s. And then this other thing that happened as a result, the psychotic thing that happened, which had to be really scary for you and everybody else. And then healing or learning to do what you need to do so that that's not obviously you're not obviously not psychotic now, so
Right.
found a way to be with all of this. And plus you mentioned 2 divorces. You have been on a journey, Sharona.
I'm living life to its fullest. The divorces have been a while ago. That's way gone. It's a long time ago.
Wow, what a hoot. So that beginning at 15 really invited you just to learn some big lesson there. That's interesting. Well, so what are you currently learning about with regard to enjoying the small stuff? What's happening these days with that?
Well, whenever something comes up that's negative to me, and even let's talk about the virus, which is
Okay.
just put like this wall in front of me. I was driving Uber and also doing part-time I have a business that I was doing on the side because what happened was ended up driving most of the day. And I also moved in with my mom 2 years ago to help her out because she's got a memory issue. So my escape was driving. I was out driving people all day long. And I loved it because I got to hear the stories. And then I would come home at night and I was too tired to do my other business. But what happened was I didn't really talk a lot to my mom. Yes, I was living with her, but I didn't see her all day long. So when this happened, it was like, oh my God. I remember now I have to live in this room, which I just moved into the year before, a year and a half ago. And I remember thinking, I need to make it my own. So that was one thing. I mean, before that, I was rushing in the morning, out the door, evening, sleep, just the whole everyday rotating the same thing. Whereas now I completely stopped, rearranged my room. I love it now. And started doing meditations more often. Got certified as a Ho'oponopono trainer. And I love that. And I always spend a lot more time with my mom. Whereas I could have lived, oh my God, what am I going to do now? But that didn't even occur to me. It was like, okay, so how am I going to use this time? What am I going to do now to take advantage of it? And it's funny looking back now, I go, oh, I could have done so much more. But it's okay because what's meant to be is here now. This is where I'm meant to be. And that's how I got to meet you because I actually had time to get online to the meetings. And I love it.
Well, that's interesting. So do you want to talk about the business that you're doing now? Is it the same as what you were doing part-time before when you weren't able to do Uber?
Right. Yes. What was happening, I fell into this accidentally 9 years ago. I was actually looking for a network marketing company because I was doing real estate and I was getting older and I thought I need to have real money come in. And from what I've looked at, network marketing was the best way to do it. And I looked at different companies, they weren't for me. And there's so many of them that are excellent. And 9 years ago, or 10 years ago, a girlfriend of mine, I ran into her at the restaurant. She was can't even talk. She was working there. And I was having dinner with my mom and I said, oh, let me go say hi to Debbie. I went over there and she goes, oh my God, Sharona, you have to look at this product. And in my head, I'm going, oh, darn, another product. She didn't say business, she just said product. And I never told her I was looking for another company. It's funny how we keep things inside. So I took that napkin and never looked at the website. A year later, I ran to another friend of mine and she goes, let's catch up. I go, sure. She calls me back and she goes, Sharona, let's have lunch. And he said, okay, if Debbie comes. The minute she said Debbie,
is that the same?
Before, yes, a year before Debbie, and she's a friend of both of ours. And the minute she said that, I thought, oh my God, all of a sudden I could see that napkin that I just tossed. And I said, 2 questions. Whatever this is Debbie doing it as a business? She said, yes. I said, are you? And she goes, yes. I said, I don't even know what this is, but I'm in. And because I knew Debbie would never have left the other company if this wasn't something unbelievable. And Beverly did not like direct sales. That was not for her. She is mind of an engineer. She likes facts, and that's it. She doesn't like that whole MLM. Anyway, to make a long story short, it's now 9 years later, and I've been drinking it for 9 years, and I love it because I'm helping people. Every penny I receive is because someone's using the product and it's helping them. So when all this happened, it actually now allowed me to put all my time into it. And I'm talking to, because of the internet now, I'm talking to people all over the world. It's very exciting.
Tell people what the product is, just so they know as I ask you more questions about it, and what your life is like now as you don't sweat the small stuff. So that's not something you drank. You didn't drink
No,
that.
this is the gel. The gel is the best way to see how it works. Because if you have an ache, we're not allowed to make medical claims right now. Let me say that. I'm not making any medical claims. This, when something is bothering you and you put it on 3 times in 5 minutes, most people will see a difference. 98% of people will see a difference. Now, this is the drink. I've been drinking this for 9 years, and for the past 2.5 years, I've been giving it to my mom, who's got dementia, the memory issues. And 2 years ago, she broke her hip and her wrist. And that's when I started her on the liquid, and I was using 1 tube of gel every day on her. Her bones, she was 83 at the time. Her bones healed in 3.5 weeks.
Oh.
I mean, her orthopedic doctor, yes, her orthopedic doctor said to us when we went in there, he goes, I only see that in babies. Because what's in this is called Redux signaling molecules. Redux is something. Go ahead.
Can I interrupt you?
Sure.
So do you think she healed because she had already been taking it, or because you gave it to her once she broke her hip?
She was, the only thing she was using before she broke her hip was the gel for her aches in her hands. But afterwards she started drinking. And
wow.
Because I'm not allowed to make medical claims, all I know is that she healed really fast.
Interesting.
And I'm very thankful.
So does that, just out of curiosity, because I know I've heard about ASEA for years, and I've never used it before, because quite honestly, I don't use a lot of products. I just don't. I'm not a product person.
That's okay.
Yeah. But I've heard great things about it over the years. And I also heard this story, and you had shared with me another story about a woman. I think she had some kind of bee stings or something on her face. And, ivy. She had poison ivy, and she put it on and it went away. And so anyway, I'm just curious, does it work for other, I know you probably can't claim this. I'm just curious, does anybody use it for things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, diabetes, those kinds of conditions? Or is it more for things like pain, aches and pains and broken bones and stuff?
This is the only way I can describe this, is to tell you that it works on all damaged cells. So if there's any damaged cells and you want to use the drink, any damaged cells, it helps. What it does, this doesn't do anything except we all have it in our body.
How do you know if a cell is damaged though?
The body, because what's missing is signaling. As we age, at puberty, we lose 1% of these Redux molecules. And there are the Redux signaling molecules. So they allow signaling between the cells. That's why the doctor said he only sees anyone get healthy right away with the bone fractures with babies, because you have so many of these molecules in the, yes. So the cells are signaling going, okay, there's a damaged cell here. Please go and fix it. And if not, they just kill themselves. There's a word, I can't remember the word right now. And then they replace it with a new cell. So slowly as we age, and I know, with everything I had when I was young, the inside of my body is not the best. So I drink a lot of it because I know it's allowing signaling between the cells. That itself doesn't do anything except allow signaling, and then the cells do the job.
Did you have any have you had along the way in the last 8 or 9 years since you started using it yourself personally, some sort of condition that then using this you saw a change, or is it more that you just overall feel better?
I feel better, and I need to stay away with everything else because I can't really say too much. I just know that I broke my ankle, and I healed my bones healed in 17 days. And I was using the gel, a tube of gel a day on it. I just stayed home and for 17 days, just use it nonstop, and also drank it. And just all I know is that it got better quickly.
Yeah.
But the cells know what to do. When you give them the tools they need, they know what to do. So it works on any damaged cells.
Interesting. So,
yes.
Yeah. So now that you're not out doing Uber for now, are you, and you're getting to have these conversations with people, which is really, really cool. What are you learning from that experience? What's it like?
What I'm loving, it's funny because what I do is I message for work to meet new people. I've been messaging on Facebook. I was taught by a trainer that said, go on Facebook, find something that you like to do. I love Tony Robbins, I like Jack Canfield, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I mean, all these people, and I always think this is the way I think. Anyone that's watching Joe Dispenza and meditating all the time, they're more spiritual. Their heart is usually full of love, or if they're not there yet, that's where they want to be. So to me, those are people that I want to talk with. So I went on their pages. You go on Facebook, find their page, and then I just message people. So I've been talking to people in the Philippines, Denmark, Germany.
You've just been reaching out to total strangers, and saying, let's have a conversation.
And it basically says, I'm looking to work with like-minded people. And I always say, I found you on Tony Robbins' page. So they know. So there's a connection immediately. We're not strangers anymore.
Is this actually working for you?
It's working. I am meeting one guy Saturday. He's actually flying in from Salt Lake City to see friends of his. And it's funny, we do 3-way calls, and now we're doing it all on Zoom so we can all see each other and see that the people I'm messaging are real, so they can see I'm real, because I strongly believe in that. I don't trust anything anymore. You have to be careful.
Days, I hear you. For sure.
So we did that, and Beverly asked him, she lives right here, 10 minutes away from me, and she says, why don't we meet you? And I'm right away thinking, because I am social distancing and I wear the mask. I have my mom here who's 85.
Yeah.
So she agreed to meet us for lunch. And the whole time I'm going, there's no way I'm meeting anybody for lunch, because it's too hot to sit outside. And there's no way I'm sitting in a restaurant.
Right.
So anyway, and I said to her, you're going to have to drive there in your car. We can't drive together. And I think it's hard for some people to get that. So anyway, I'm going to go by myself and meet him, and for like 20 minutes, stand outside and talk to him and social distance and give him a couple samples. He's signing up actually for the product tomorrow.
Oh, good.
So it's working. Yes.
That's so fun. I love Facebook, and I know I've had a lot of success going into different Facebook groups and commenting and posting and commenting in response to what other people say. But I'm not a big initiator like you are, which you have to be. That's your job. As an ASEA representative, your job is to initiate conversations and let people know about what you do, what you've got, this product. So I just say kudos to you, Sharona. That's excellent. Yeah, yeah. I'm always impressed with people who are willing to take those kind of risks. And it's amazing what's possible if you do it, because otherwise you just stay in your same circle, same circle. It doesn't grow. There's nobody new. So, Facebook stays kind of the same. But wow,
And it
interesting.
can work for any business. So if any
Yeah.
just, and I have scripts, and I got the scripts from others. They're trainers for that.
Yeah.
Fraser Boots is the one whose scripts I'm using. And it's all there. It's all written for you. You can change a few words that you don't like. Like, I don't like, are you looking for a gig? That's not me gig. It doesn't sound right to me. So I put in, are you looking for a side business to incorporate with what you're already doing?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you can do it for anything. And they all need coaches.
Hmm.
We all use coaches for this.
Hmm.
We do it
Hmm.
within our group here. We have accountability partners. I mean, and like you said, when you reach out, there's a whole world out there that we don't know
There is.
about.
There is. There is. So wow, you're being a wonderful role model for that, Sharona. Well, so you shared with me in the questions that I asked before this
Okay,
interview, you said that your favorite quote is by Zig Ziglar. Zig
right.
Ziglar. What a guy. You will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want. I love that quote too. But tell me, what do you like about that quote?
I love the fact that you're rewarded for what you're doing, but you're doing it no matter what. I would be helping. I would tell people about this whether I was in the business or not, because it's like going to see a good movie. You would tell others about it. You would write about it,
Mhm.
and then you get paid for it. I'm like, what better way to do business? I just said, oh my God, this is incredible. I always tell my girlfriend, I did not know what the product was when I got into this company. But I remember saying to Beverly and Debbie, I said, and Debbie used to live here. So, and the three of us were very good friends. And I said, this is really hitting the jackpot without knowing it at first. And it
Uh-huh.
came to all three of us, it came through a prayer. We're
Interesting.
all
Same.
looking for something different. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because you had asked, you had said, I want to do something else. I want a business that will work for me, and this came
Right.
to you that way. An old napkin, and which you ignored. And isn't that the way it is so often? We ask for something, it shows up, and then we push it aside, and then if it's the right thing, it shows up again and again until we finally say yes. I love that. So when coronavirus is over and we can actually not we don't have to be concerned and we're willing to be in the same car with somebody again. I'm telling you, I'm totally with you, sister, about that. It's like there's this group, a local group, and they're starting to network again. I'm like, I'm thinking they're crazy. I don't know, but we all have our different comfort levels with all of this, and we have to make our individual right choices. I just think the more people get together until this is overcome, the more people are going to get it. So anyway, so I say no to getting together in person. Anyway, we can still envision a possible future, likely in 2021, where we will not need to wear masks anymore and we will be able to hug again.
Yes.
Are you imagining going back to Uber and then talking to the people? Oh, you're imagining not going back to Uber.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I am so done driving. So
And
I'm
you
done
loved
driving.
it. You said you loved
I
it.
did, but I'm loving it more on Facebook, meeting new people on Facebook. Because when you're driving, first of all, driving in DC now is insane.
Mm.
It just, traffic is unbelievable. I mean, there are more accidents. I was listening, more accident now, less cars out there than there were before. This
Really?
8 car accident. I'm like, where are they rushing to? So no more driving. I'm so done driving.
Where are
So,
they rushing to? That's a really good
but
question. Yeah.
I have
Oh, yeah.
trips. I have trips that are planned already. First thing I'll
Oh.
go do is go see my grandsons, and they're in Denver. So I can't wait for that. That's my biggest thing. It's going there to see them. So
Mm.
I'm thinking maybe next spring. I'm being optimistic, or next winter, depends what comes first, what's
Mm.
happening with everything.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, that's really wonderful. So I am so glad that for your sake, not for a lot of people's, but coronavirus and COVID came. I had a similar positive experience because of it, and this opportunity to stay at home and not have to go out. It changed my perspective and choices too. So I completely understand. But I'm so happy for you that you, because of this, you've had the time to put the energy into your ASEA business, and now it's what you're doing. Yay!
I love it.
Wow. Okay. So if folks want to connect with you, if they want to have one of those wonderful conversations that you're having with people around the world, what should they do?
Best way is to message me on Facebook, or I can give you my phone number right now. Text or messaging is best. Emails do not work for me. I don't see them. As you know, I
Oh,
miss some emails.
I
My
have
phone
had
number,
that experience. Definitely text or
yes.
message Sharona. She'll get back to you a lot quicker.
My cell number is 301-455-4655. 301-455-4655. And if you have any kind of issue with your skin, or you just want to try it, I will gladly send you a sample. And that's within the US. Because I know
Okay, that's
sometimes you
great.
might have
Yes.
someone global.
See, I have
That's
my sample right here, and so I'm gonna decide what to put it on, where to put it, and see what happens. Okay, how exciting is that? Maybe I'll do
great.
a before and after picture. And does it work with skin stuff at all?
And I can send studies, wrinkles, tightness, elasticity. I mean,
So
it helps your bloodstream, especially in
interesting.
the hands. It's there's no word. It's unbelievable. In a
Okay.
few years, everyone's going to know what this is. They'll all hear about Redux signaling supplement.
Okay, so if I want it for, I know you said if you have like a broken something or a pain, you should put it on 3 times in 5 minutes.
Right, because that's
That
when
the same for spots on my face?
just pick one spot, because you only have a small tube. So pick one spot and keep putting it on. You can't I mean, it won't harm you. You can
And
just
it's
keep putting
better
it
to
on
put it
all
on,
day.
it's better to put it all on one day than to spread it out over, say,
Right,
um,
yes.
day.
Because
Okay.
it starts to work on your skin. It goes deep into the cells and starts working on the cells, letting them communicate with each other. So the more
Okay.
continuously use it through the day, the better.
Interesting. Okay, we'll see what happens. Well, thank you,
And take a
Sharona.
picture.
I will do that. I will do that. So thank you so much, Sharona, for being here with us. I appreciate it. And say one more time before I do my closing bit here, what the phone number is to reach you.
So my phone number is 301-455-4655.
And text Sharona for that conversation with her where you get to just have fun and get to know each other, and then see if you want to find out more about this business and or get the product. So thank you everybody for joining us for this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show live in the On Purpose Woman Global Community Facebook group. Tomorrow, Jenny Robertson is interviewing someone, and I didn't have a chance to find out who it is, so it's a surprise. And I will be back. I will be back on Monday for a list of all the July and August Real Women, Real Purpose talk show topics. Go to our On Purpose Woman magazine at onpurposewomanmagazine.com, onpurposewomanmagazine.com. Check out our current issue where we have a listing of all of these wonderful interviews. And we have started a YouTube channel where we are posting the replays. So if you like this interview, if you like any of the interviews, if you missed them and you want to watch them, go to YouTube, type in On Purpose Woman Global Community, and be sure to subscribe. And YouTube will let you know when a new Real Women, Real Purpose talk show is uploaded there, and you'll be able to watch it and share it with your friends. I will see you next time. And Sharona, I look forward to seeing you again soon.